So I'm Ian Dobson. I'm the head cross country coach at Sheldon High School. I also coach the distance athletes in track, so I'm an assistant coach in track as well. Ran collegiately at Stanford, and then ran for Adidas for about 5 years, and then ended up here in Eugene for the last years of my own running career with Oregon Track Club Elite. I grew up in Klamath Falls, which is about 3 hours south of Eugene, and ran at Klamath Union High School and ran at the state championships in 1996 through 1999, and was fortunate to be part of a pretty good team. We ended up winning the state championships as a team twice. I won twice as an individual, and just, obviously a ton of great memories from that. So every year we would come up to Eugene for our state championships. So in track, those were the state track and field championships at Hayward Field. And in cross country, that was for the OSAA state championships. And those were, as long as I am aware of, have always been at Lane Community College on approximately the same course.
So the state meet's been at Lane Community College since 1970. It's mostly been the same, and for the last 30 years probably, it's been identical except for a couple years when there was construction going on and they had to move things around a little bit.
What's interesting is to look back and see different people who have run there, right? And where did their trajectories go after that, right? There's been some phenomenal performances there from people who went on to do great things. Like Galen Rupp is, I think, a prime example.
There've been a lot of them that, Bill McChesney winning 3 in a row, South Eugene having a whole string of individual champions. I think we had 10 individual champions in 12 years or something like that. Klamath Union had a streak with Ian and Lauren and Jacob Gomez, and where they were really dominant. On the girls' side, Ella Donaghu just being so dominant.
I'm Ella Donaghu. I am born and raised in Portland, Oregon, and I am a professional athlete for Nike in the Nike Union Athletics Club, which is here in Portland. I went to Grant High School, which was fun because my sister also obviously went there and she was on the cross country team at the same time as me. Our team, we won the state meet and it was a tie, and our sixth runner broke the tie my freshman year, so we won in a very competitive year, the state meet. I think I was 4th place that year, and then the following years, I think only 1 year we missed the podium, and individually I won the title. I think practically it's a very good spectator course. I think the way it has 2 loops that kind of go up onto the berm and then drop down, it's really easy for spectators, and I also feel like it's a very honest cross-country course. It's not like the hilliest thing, but it's also not pancake flat. I think what's cool about Lane and the fact that it's in Eugene, is that you're usually going to get kind of bad weather. The course isn't perfect, and I think it just runs like a true cross-country course, and for that reason, I think the races that happen are competitive and special in the sense that they're like a true cross-country race. When I was a senior, I ran the course record, which I think I was kind of trying to go for in my last year, but also I think I was just trying to run hard. So I think it's cool with a course with that much history, and having had the meet run on it for however many years was special to do.
Yeah, so this is my 5th season. I'm just finishing up my 5th season of high school cross-country coaching, which I still feel like I'm pretty new at it. I feel like I'm learning a lot each season. But I think the thing that's amazing and wonderful about high school cross-country is that everyone should experience success, right? You get to higher levels, and it's almost by definition, most people are not going to succeed in some way, right? In high school, I think if we're doing a good job as coaches, We've challenged every athlete to figure out what's an appropriate goal. And then we try to support them in achieving those, right? If at the end of the season, most kids are like, oh, I didn't achieve any of my goals, then I've screwed up for sure, right? I think that we should be coaching because we want to help kids experience this great thing that we got to experience, most of us, right? For me, that's a really important thing to keep in mind, especially because I did have a successful learning career. In my program, we have a full spectrum. We often have some of the fastest kids, and we also have some of the slowest kids in every race. And I think I'm really proud of that because I think that full spectrum is super important at this level. I think high school running is super interesting because of what it does and does not necessarily indicate for someone going forward, right? I know for myself, like Klamath Falls, there is nothing better for you to do in Klamath Falls than to get really into running, right? So whether any of us went on to do anything after high school or not, I think the fact that we were super invested in high school alone is a win, right? I think there's a tendency to want to judge the success of a high school program by what people go on to do after that high school experience. And that's fair in some capacity, but I also think it's just, if you grow up in Central Point or Klamath Falls or any of these places, and you got really into running, you got really good and never did anything else after that, I still think that's awesome. To me, that's kind of the fun of it too, is like looking at what people go on to do and just see how the high school running experience sort of does define their running experience going forward.